Hello, people. Scatter Shadowfy here. This is my second segment of my little project here. And in customary form, I'm going to flip up the topic from last time and go with a film review. As some of you might already know, although most of you probably don't, I'm kind of a film geek, and I like to watch movies a lot and kind of comment on them. And I kind of have a way of explaining things, I think, that is a lot more concise and to the point. Um, you know, some people would say that you need a degree in college or something like that. You need to go to school for this kind of thing. And, frankly, I think that's a bunch of bullshit because going to school for something like this would be a colossal waste of my time and resources. So instead, I'm going to waste your time talking about something you probably don't even care about. But I'm funny, so get over yourselves. Um, so I am going to kind of give you guys a little bit of information on Battleship. It's a big blockbuster movie. Came out last summer, actually, summer 2012, and so it was a pretty good movie if you like completely brainless blockbusters. But let me get right to the point of all this. So most times you hear somebody talking about a film, or writing, I should say, they're going to give you a synopsis, which is, little snippet of pretty much what the story is, what the deal is, why it exists. Um, and in most cases, I would say that it deserves something a little bit more eloquent. But not really. Not in this case. In this case, actually, I'm gonna have to go with in Battleship, based off of the board game of the same name. Uh, there's naval vessels, American naval vessels, and there's aliens, and they blow each other the fuck up. I mean, that's. Oh, and there's a hottie too. There's I think Brooklyn Decker. She's a supermodel because apparently now in movies we pay supermodels to do the job that we should be hiring actors to do, or actresses, and you know, there's nothing quite like the cardboard expression on her face during the whole thing. Not to say that much of the rest of the cast is really any better. I find the star of the show here, Taylor Kitsch, I think is how we say it. He's also the star of John Carter, which was, if some of you might have known, really notorious flop, one of the most expensive movies ever made, and it did terrible. So he's here in Battleship, and I got to give him props. He's got kind of the movie star looks. He's got the brawn, but he's kind of dull. I mean, didn't really do anything for me. Liam Neeson, however, is in the movie, and if you remember him, you've seen Taken, you've seen a variety of other revenge type movies, or action movies or fantasy movies, and I mean, fuck, the guy has played Zeus. He played what was it? Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think, in Star Wars. I mean, this guy's a badass, and I like him, and you should like him too. And if you don't, there's something fucked in the head. You got something wrong with you. Um, so, anyways, Battleship basically consists of a bunch of CGI explosions. Brooklyn Decker bouncing around without a bra in a tank top, which is, kind of entertaining, I guess, for the time being. And a variety of other little subplots and pointless bullshit that really kind of bored me. I mean, basically, aliens come, drop down in the middle of the ocean. I don't even remember what ocean it was, but, big, vast body of water. They're invading the planet, kind of thing, except that, for a big, epic blockbuster, it didn't really feel that epic. There was a lot of shit going kaboom, but it was kind of like, it wasn't really that exciting. You know, there's some ships and they get sunk and torn to pieces and people die and the fat lady cries and it's all so sad. But you know, the bottom line is that this is the kind of thing that pisses me off in Hollywood. This whole extravaganza. Now, this movie cost reportedly $209 million to produce. Now, let me just ask any of you out there, do you think that for $209 million you probably deserve to be entertained? Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, fuck, how many movies have I seen that probably cost about as much money to make as it cost me to buy my fucking coffee this morning? And they were great. They were awesome, you know? And the problem with this is that it's number one, you're basing a movie off of a fucking board game. A board game, for Christ's sake. What are you gonna do? You have Battleship the board game. Stick little pegs in little fucking, grids across the board and you try to sink the other person's battleship. But the problem is with the whole concept, there's no central conflict or theme that really makes any sense here. So they just kind of shoehorn in the aliens, from outer space. They come in their big fucking fancy suits and stomp on things and kill people. But really, I thought it was kind of pointless because, short of creating a film of conflict between countries, which I don't really think would be that entertaining, and it would probably cost a lot more to make. You know, there's no there's no enemy for this movie really. I mean, in terms of what they should have been doing, there was no point to this whole exercise at all. They came in, they created a shitty plot with really stupid dialogue. I mean, I'm not even going to try to say any of it because my brain cells have already rotted from the thought of these fucking poster card, pretty boy. I mean, fuck, they have Rihanna. Rihanna, the fucking pop singer, comes in starring in a movie with guns and ships and naval warfare. I mean, whose idea was that? She's not an actress. And you know what? Look, I don't want anybody to think. I don't want anybody to think that I'm prejudiced against singers or models or other entertainment artists trying to act. I think it's good. Broaden your horizons. Go fishing. Don't go to fucking acting. Don't star in a movie that we all pay money to see. I don't fucking care who you are, Rihanna. You suck. You're a fucking terrible actress. You make me want to fucking kill myself and everyone around me. Okay, now that I'm done ranting about that, though, I just wanted to say, in all sincerity, they bring in Liam Neeson, as I said before, and they underuse him completely. He's got absolutely, no point to this movie at all. He's, big fleet admiral, big man, but he's on screen for all of about 12 seconds. And you know what? It would have been a hell of a lot better if it had been him running the whole fucking show. But, we have our little pretty boy Canadian Taylor Kitsch, who apparently is such a fucking, amazing actor that he's starred in two of the biggest flops of 2012. I mean, how crazy is that, And I'm just, it blows my mind, really. They... I'm getting ahead of myself here. Hollywood studios, I understand that they have a certain, philosophy behind producing films. They're trying to bring in people based on the name Battleship. It has nothing to do with a board game, and how could it? It's a fucking movie. I mean, what are you going to do? Shoot a couple of kids playing the board game in a living room? Is that your idea of a movie based on Battleship? No. They're trying to, make money off the name, and I understand that. That's, it's perfectly acceptable. But you know what? I think if you're going to do that, you owe it to the people that are watching your movies, paying hard-earned money. And I'll tell you, I know for a fact, I don't have the money to go see movies. I still go to see movies. I still shell out fucking $10, $12 a pop, okay? And if I'm bringing my girlfriend, I gotta pay like 24, 25 bucks. It's fucking ridiculous, okay? It's absolutely ridiculous. So, be that as it may, Battleship gets 1 out of 4 stars, and I give it a 1 star mostly for Brooklyn Decker's juicy melons that are bouncing up and down like they're awesome. They really are. But you know, other than that, really, it's kind of a shitty exercise and blowing your money, and you know, it just makes me kind of sad to think about all the worthwhile projects that sit on the shelves for years. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this latest segment, and stay tuned. Keep up the views. Keep up the subscriptions, and I will catch you guys later.